I heard it said once, today's sacrifices weigh far less than tomorrow's regrets. I haven't made a video for the men's group in a while, but this one's going to be applicative to even non-believers. I'm going to grab hold of a truth that's from the Christian Bible, the Bible, the Holy Bible. But I think this truth is applicative to any person. So the Apostle Paul in Philippians 4 was in prison, and what Paul did anytime he was in any kind of a rough circumstance was he looked at it as his cross to bear, the sacrifice that God, he would look to see what sacrifice he need to make to best endure, best thrive, and best find joy in every circumstance. So in Philippians 4, he was in prison, and the Philippians were very worried about him, and they were trying to get him out, and they sent him a gift of comfort, and no one knows exactly what the gift was. And Paul in Philippians 4, and I'm going to paraphrase, but he told him, thank you for the gift. I appreciate, I love where your heart is. This makes me happy to know that you guys are concerned for me. But he said, look, I know how to be brought high. I know how to endure in good times. I know how to endure when things seem to be going right. And he said, I also know how to endure when things are going bad. And he says, but I know that in all things, basically in all moments, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And where this is applicative to every human life is, today's sacrifices are what set up tomorrow's victories. What you do today matters. Every moment that passes by, tick, tock, is not really tick, tock. It's opportunity. Every moment of this life is important. You never know when greatness is in front of you. You never know when the next step you take can be the step that changes your life. You never know when God has put something in your path that is going to make your tomorrow. And if you're a non-believer, if you don't buy into the God thing, you still are living in today, in this moment, but tomorrow will come. So what I encourage people to do is start thinking of that mindset. Start thinking in that mindset. It's not tick, tock. It's opportunity. Now, sometimes we need to take certain opportunities and certain times to rest, and whether you believe in God or not, the story of the Bible is of a supreme God who's all-knowing, who's all-powerful. He's omnipotent. He's omniscient. He's all-loving, and he's all-knowing. He knows everything that there is to know at all times in the very moment. In every moment. He knows every situation that's happening. He knows how every situation could have gone if circumstances changed. He knows how many hairs I have on my head. He knows how many hairs you have on your head. He knows everything all the time. But what did he do? He worked hard from days 1 through 6 in the creation story. He took and created life and worked so hard. And then it says on the 7th day he rested. So we do need to rest. A lot of times whenever I do a project, or actually every time, when I finish, I like to stop and stare at it. I went and helped my dad build a fence a couple of weeks ago. I helped him dig the holes and get the posts dug. And he sent me a picture when it was done, and I called him up first of all to congratulate it because he had put the runners and built the gate and put all the fence boards, and I went to call him up and I said, hey Dad, man, it looks great. I said, hey, can I ask you a question? Do you ever just go in the backyard and stare at it? And he said, oh yeah, I've been staring at it. And I think that's what God was doing. He was stepping back on that day 7, and he was just looking and saying, look at all my hard work. Look at what I've created. This is amazing. This is beautiful. So there are going to be times whenever we need to rest and stand back and admire what God has used us to do, or just to look and see what you've accomplished. Muhammad Ali used to say that he used to sit and stare at the belts that he'd won. I'm sure Tom Brady just looks at his rings sometimes. So, and it's not about being prideful. It's being, look at all of my hard work. It paid off. All those moments of sacrifices, they all add up to a gigantic moment of victory. And I think that's what Paul's talking about. He's saying, look, guys, I can handle this because I have the strength inside of me that comes from Jesus. So, earn that day of rest. Earn the time that you get to rest. Work hard so that when you do lay your head down on that pillow, you're so tired that you fall right to sleep because you left every part of you in that day. There was nothing that you were called to, no opportunity that you skipped. And it's not saying that you're not going to make mistakes, because you're going to make tons of mistakes. Wayne Gretzky said something to the nature of, I've made ever so many goals, but I've missed far more. Michael Jordan said something similar too. We're humans, we're broken, we're limited. It doesn't matter what your theology, what your philosophy is. All you have to do is look. Humans fail far more than we succeed. But the great ones, they get up and they keep going. When they're broken, they take the time to heal, and they heal well, and they listen to their doctors and they rest. But they never ever stop sacrificing for greatness. Stop being willing to sacrifice for the goodness of God, and stop willing to sacrifice for the goodness of others. Because remember, y'all, today's sacrifices weigh ounces compared to the tons that tomorrow's regrets will weigh. I love y'all. If you've taken the time to watch this video and you like it, then my daughter just walked in here. But if you've taken the time to watch this video, pass it along. Let people be encouraged. But know that life is hard. It's unpredictable. But the great part of life is, as long as your heart's still beating, you have a chance to reset. You have a chance to be made new. You can be a different person right now than you were 5 seconds ago. Live a life of focus. Live a life of sacrifice. Your biggest enemy, your kryptonite, is always with you. It's your mind. No one can beat you but yourself. I love y'all.